This is the daily Forex report for July 22nd. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair first. This pair moved much lower, did pull back after hitting some support, did close down overall. This pair is moving sideways with a bias to the sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 87.64, possibly as low as 85.78. Look for some resistance around 87.25 and look for some support around 86.25. Now, looking at the Euro USD pair, this pair closed higher today, didn't break previous session's low. This pair overall is moving sideways with a bias to the sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 1,3001, possibly as low as 126.51. Look for some resistance to the upside around 129.50 and look for some support around 127.25. Now, looking at the pound US dollar pair, this pair created an inside bar during this last session. It did close higher. It is overall moving sideways with the bias to the sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 153.76, possibly as low as 150.52. Look for some resistance around 153.25 and look for some support around 151.50. Now, moving over to the US Swiss, this pair closed lower, did break support, but pulled back to close a little bit higher. It is moving sideways overall. This pair, we're looking for it to potentially go as high as 105.76, possibly as low as 103.34. Look for some resistance around 104.80 and look for some support around 103.95. Okay, we have the pound releasing their gross domestic product at 4:30 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Consensus on the second quarter is that it has increased from 0.3% to 0.6%. Year to date, they're showing an increase from negative 0.2% to 1.1%. So if those numbers come out as expected, be good news for the pound. We do have the Canadian dollar releasing their CPI report for June at 7 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Consensus on that is that it's dropped a little bit from 1.4% to 0.9%. Overall, still being fairly decent for the Canadian dollar. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? We are looking at the U.S. pound. It has created an inside bar, and we are looking for a potential breakout. We have this area of previous support here, and then it's going to come on down to about here. To the upside, it's fairly obvious where our next level of resistance is. It's good ways from the market. Both these trades would take a little bit to get there. Talking about a 75 pip move, 200 pip move to the upside to hit our target, but as we've seen very recently, they can do that. Now, to the downside, basically looking for a short, then looking to grab about 40 pips. At that point, you can either go to break even or go ahead and exit. If you go to break even, look for it to come on down here and be able to grab a full 100 pips or so. To the upside, it's really pretty straightforward. You're going to look for it to go all the way to the upside. I put your stop loss right about here. This session's high. That way your risk to reward would be pretty good on this one. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.